seconds of the video, go ahead, like and subscribe.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
And do God's law, statutes, and commandments. We're supposed to go in this Bible and see, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm going to line my life up with what God has in store. Because he has the power to destroy my soul. He orchestrates everything that's going on. So that's what you want to be right with. Read.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
In the sight of who?
The nations.
All the other nations are supposed to look at us and say, wow, this is a wise and understanding people. That's what I said earlier. They look at us and say, oh, damn, I'm glad I ain't no nigga. Look at how they women dress. Look at that they women getting on top of cars twerking. Look at they women all over TikTok. Look at they women saying that they don't need a man. When marriage is the basis of building your nation. So we got to come back to God's laws. First and foremost, we got to stop envying our oppressors. We got to come and start seeking what the Lord wants us to do, and stop following these other nations. All right, give me Proverbs 3 and 31. Because our people envy the other nations. The reason why our sisters is walking around in pants today is because the white woman in the 60s, she started that feminist movement. Amelia Bloomer, then Gloria Steinem. They started a movement and poured our sisters in on that in the 60s.
Right.
In the 60s, we had bigger fish to fry.
Bring it out.
We had to walk around with signs talking about I am a man. We had to prove that we was a man.
Right.
You got it? Read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Read it again.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
God commands us to choose none of the ways of our oppressor.
That's right.
All right, his dress code. The reason, like I said, the reason why our women are walking around in pants.
I can't celebrate Halloween.
You can't celebrate Halloween.
Thanksgiving,
you can't celebrate that. Those are the holidays of the other nation.
Right.
Because what's a holiday or a holy day? You give reference to your God on that. What God is Halloween giving reference to?
Bring it out.
God, Satan worship.
Satan, the devil.
Satan worship.
What the Thanksgiving, what does that commemorate?
Commemorates the death and slaughter of our native brothers that they call our native.
That commemorates the death of our brothers.
That's right.
The Native American, North American Indians.
That's right.
So every holiday that you follow, there's something behind it. And our people blindly follow those holidays. That's why God commanded us, envy thou not the oppressor. Choose none of his ways.
Right.
Don't choose the dress code. Don't choose the way they look. With the blonde hair in their head. Let's get that. Give me Leviticus. That's a law. Let me show you what blonde hair is. Because we look at that, and say, oh man, that looks good. Because we think it looks good on the so-called white woman. But let's, 13 and 30. Let me show you what that is in the Bible. That's why God says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Because all their ways, they are adverse. All these other nations are adverse to the Creator.
Right.
The Creator says, do this. They say, no, you can do this. All right, you got it? Read.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 13 and verse 30.
Start at verse 9.
Verse 29.
Listen up.
And if a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard.
Or the what?
Or the beard.
So we talking about a disease. We talking about a sickness. egg on the head or in the beard. Read.
Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold,
Then somebody got to come and look at it. And why they gonna look at it? Because they want to see if you unclean or not. We got this. That's like if you get a spot on your body or something, you go to the doctor. You want him to look at that and check it out and see what that is. What is this? Read.
if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in a yellow thin hair.
A what?
A yellow thin hair.
What's the French word for yellow?
French word for yellow?
Blonde.
Blonde.
Blonde. Read.
Then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
You should pronounce him what?
Unclean.
Oh, that little streak look good up in there.
Unclean.
So you mean to tell me it don't complement his skin tone?
Unclean.
Blonde hair is unclean. So we're copying stuff off the other nations that we think looks good,
Right.
but to God it's unclean.
That's right.
That's why we got to come back to see what this say before we do anything. We can't envy our oppressors. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Because I mentioned that our sisters were always modest. Our sisters always carried themselves in a chaste manner.
That's right.
Or in a discreet manner.
Right.
You hear me, sis? Because you got the hair wrap on your head. That looks good. That looks nice.
Right.
That symbolizes humility,
Right.
chastity.
Right.
But then you got the tightest pair of leggings you can find on the bottom. So you're humble, you're righteous up top, but it's a party downstairs.
Right.
So come on, listen up. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So we're talking about clothes. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So what would you think about us if we was all up here in dresses and skirts teaching?
I wouldn't be up here.
You would. The man said he wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't be here. I would listen to
You wouldn't be here either. So that's cross-dressing with God. So if we can't wear dresses and skirts, what should the woman be wearing? Come on. You're not supposed to be wearing jeans. You're not supposed to be wearing pants. You're supposed to be wearing a dress. You're supposed to be wearing modest apparel because you got on them pants. You trying to show your features. Are you?
I'm trying to be comfortable.
Huh? What you got on? What are they called?
Leggings. But they comfortable.
They call leggings. You know what those go under?
Listen, I ain't gonna be wearing no jeans.
They're supposed to go under your skirt, sis.
That's fact.
Because I can see your thighs. I can see your thighs. I can see everything on you.
Okay. My skirt.
Your husband's supposed to be the only one that sees that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
You got it?
Okay. So if I'm wearing a dress, well, it's supposed to be a loose dress because you can show see some curves and all of that in the dress.
Okay, listen. This is how you're supposed to dress because you'll have a sister that put on the skin tight dress. Say, well, I got on the dress.
Right.
And then she's walking like this because she can't stretch her legs out.
Right.
This is how you're supposed to dress. Read.
This is the book of Timothy. This is the first book of Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Listen up, sis, because I want you to start listening to what the Lord is saying and start applying it to your life. And watch things change. When we apply what God says, things are going to change around you. The people are going to change around you. People are going to treat you different.
Right.
Read.
In like manner also, that the woman adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So to adorn yourself means make yourself beautiful, decorate yourself.
Right.
But in modest apparel.
Right.
Because when you got on modest apparel, you're beautiful. When you got on skin tight clothes, you're sexy.
Right.
And guess what that make people want to do?
Right.
They lust after you.
Right.
The beautiful woman gets the husband. The sexy woman gets the baby daddy.
Right.
Read.
Adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefaced and sobriety.
With shamefaced and sobriety, meaning you all not all up in the man's face. You're not talking about what you did last night with so and such and such. You're not talking about, oh girl, he got some big feet. I bet you girl. You don't talk like that.
Right.
A shamefaced woman don't talk like that. Our sisters never talk like that.
Right.
If you look at the picture and see our sisters in the 60s and the 50s, they had on their dresses, they had on their sweaters, they were holding their books in their arms, covering up their breasts.
Right.
Where does thought culture come from? Envying our oppressor. You see them selling them Marilyn Monroe t-shirts all over the hood. Why they selling that? Why? It's 2021. Why they still selling that shirt, the image of that woman to our people? Because we've envied our oppressor. Now our sisters are walking around with the blonde hair. Now our sisters are walking around looking like the thoughts. That was never us. Read.
Not with braided hair.
Read it again from the top.
In like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
This is being addressed to the women, but you men out here, this is the standard that you're supposed to be upholding. You should be wanting women with modest apparel. You shouldn't want the sister with the skin-tight leggings and the big booty. So you men, this ought to be the standard that you're looking for. You're looking for the modest woman.
Right.
You don't want the sister with the leggings on and got her butt all out. Right. Then when you go out, now you're looking all around, wondering who's looking at her.
Bring it up.
Now you're going to get into a fist fight or a shootout because somebody's disrespected. Read.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Listen up.
In like manner also, that the woman adorns themselves in modest apparel.
You got to adorn yourself in modest apparel.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
Because you have to have the mindset, a discreet mindset, meaning you're not all up in people's face, you're not strutting your stuff in front of the men. Read.
Not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array.
Not like these females that rap, like your Cardi B's, your Nicki Minaj. You're not supposed to be up there. Our women shouldn't have a mindset, oh, I'm wearing this, I'm rocking that, I'm hopping out of this. Our women should have a godly mindset. They're serving the Most High.
Right.
They're walking righteously. They have to set that example for the younger sisters. Read.
But which becomes women professing godliness with good works.
Read it again.
But which becomes women professing godliness with good works.
So just like the men supposed to have a mind towards what God wants us to be and how He wants us to be walking.
Right.
That's what the mindset our women have to be. They have to have that mindset. All right? So we got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
We used to scream black power while Haram was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.